Greeting students. Today we are going to talk about fractions. And I'm going to just go through the first exercise in our breakthrough to math A, and that's level 2, book number 2, which is adding and subtracting fractions. So I'm just going to skip the pre-test because that is something that you should have completed on your own. So I'll start on page 6, the introduction. Many times students skip this part of the unit, I noticed, and you probably shouldn't because this is where you get all of your explanation. So this says math and everyday life. It's just a cute little comic. So today, Tuesday, I worked 2 3/4 hours. Thursday, I worked 1.5 hours. Friday, I worked 3 3/4 or 3/4 hours. So how many hours did I work this week? There's the math. We always tell you you will always need your math, and many of you argue that you won't. That's an example. Here's another example. I have 5.5 yards of cotton. The skirt will take 3 7/8 yards. How much will I have left over? Maybe I can make a top too. This last one, and that has to do with sewing. And if you are crafty that way, then you understand measurements are important. And there's your math. So to go around that duct, I need 7 3/8 inches and 20 3/4 inches and 15 7/8 inches of pipe. How many inches is that altogether? So that is how you would factor those, is to add them. And that was mainly because of the language that they used. We know that you have to add those. So people need to add fractions in their daily lives. People need to subtract fractions in their daily lives. If you cook, all that stuff, yes, you're using your math skills. So just to review what you should have completed in the last unit, and if you didn't, then it's okay. It's just a quick review. Vocabulary, and you can look them up if you like, or you can just shoot me the examples of each of these. What is an improper fraction? A proper fraction or mixed fraction. Mixed number, actually, is what that should say. So you can give me an example of each. I may write an example of each at the end just to see if you watched the entire video. But I know many of you will skip and fast forward. It's quite all right. I can tell if you're completing these assignments or not. So the first section on page 7, adding fractions with the same denominator. Yes, I'm going to read this because many of you are skipping this section. Fractions with the same denominator, which is the bottom number, are easy to add. Just add the numerators, which is the top number, then put the total over the denominator. So what are they talking about? Let's do this out of the way. So 1/8 plus, they have 1/8 plus 3/8 equals what? So first of all, I like to just do that. So we know right away. And what do we need to keep? I should use a different color. We know that the top is what? The numerator. This is the denominator. But these are all the same. So we're going to just write that over here. Keep that the same. Right? And we know we're keeping this. So 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 3 is what? 5. So the first step is to get that numerator. Second step is to get the denominator. I start with the denominator many times just to see what I need to do. For the sake of this assignment, they want you to start with the numerator. So practice adding fractions with the same denominator. We are going to do this a few times. So the next one is 1 over 7 plus 3 over 7 equals. So right away we know that the denominator will stay the same, but we are going to add the numerators. 1 plus 3 is 4. We already said the 7, we're not adding that. We're just keep bringing that over, keeping it the same. Great. We're not doing anything to this right now. This is all we are practicing for now. There we have it, 4 sevens is the answer. All right, so now we have another one, which is, let's see what will happen here. 1 over 10 plus 1 over 10 plus 3 over 10 equals, we see that denominator is the same, but we need to add the numerators first, right? 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 3 is 5. And then we keep that 10. Uh-oh. Looks like something needs to happen here. If you've been practicing those multiplication, the charts, or just practicing, then you already know that something needs to happen here. Which means we need to reduce to lowest. Okay, that's what we have to do here. What does that look like? So we know that 5 and 10 share something. Oh, 5 goes into 10 twice. So let's just try 2 divided by 2 to 5. No, that's not going to work. So, and I know many of you started that way. So no, we are just going to say 5 into 10 is 2. 5 into 5 into itself is 1. 5 into 10 is 2. So you bring that 1 as your numerator, that 2 is your denominator. Hopefully you can see that. We are going to do, so let's see, I probably should have been going over what type of number that is. So this number is now what? Is it improper, proper, or mixed number? It's actually proper, but something needs to happen to it, right? So let's move on to the next one. Next one says, oh, it's a little longer. 4 over 5 plus 4 over 5. See, they don't give you much practice with the ones they just taught. They just go on to the next, which sometimes you need a little extra practice, and that's where you can log on to Khan Academy or YouTube and just get that practice. Right? So let's make sure that's correct. Okay, that's what they have written. So right away I left the denominator 5 because I can see that. That's not the step they want you to take, but hey, that's what we're doing. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. 13, these are pluses, right? 13 plus 2 is 15. Right. Oh, what's happening here? Dun, dun, dun. What kind of number is this? Is it mixed, proper, or improper? I'll let you figure that out. But something else needs to happen here. We know for sure. We're going to bring it down here. Since it is improper, I'm going to tell you that we have to make it a mixed number or a whole number, which I don't have that up here either. Whole number. So how do we do that? We want to divide that denominator by that numerator, giving us, oh, so wonderfully, a whole number. So then the answer will be 3, because that's a whole number. So it went from improper fraction to a whole number. Yep, nice and messy. But that's how we do that. And we have one more example, and then we'll try our problems together. And yes, I'm using the old board because I can write it faster than on the whiteboard. So the next example they give is 5 over 6 plus 1 over 6 plus 2 over 6 equals. So what do we want to do? This is all the same. But, so the denominator is the same. But this numerator, something needs to happen, right? So we're adding 5 plus 1 is 6. I'm sorry. See what happens? 6 plus 2 is 8. So then your answer here for the numerator is 8 over 6. But that means that it is not what? Proper. So we must do something to it. We have to divide 6 into 8, and let's see what will happen. That denominator, right? So 6 goes into 8 once, leaving us 2. 1 and 2, 6. Oh, but there's something else going on there. God forbid. So this first step is 1 and 2, 6. But then we have to do something here, reduce, right? Because we know that 2 goes into 6 evenly. So 2 divided by 6 is what? There we go. There's that 3. But we have to do what with it? 1, 1, 3. Yes. Why? Because that 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 6 is 3. And that's how we got that answer. Yeah, my scratch paper really does look like that. It's just my way, do it your way. Give me a second to write that down. And then we have 8 problems to try to get through together. Okay. See, someone's on their way. Let's see, they have to knock on the door. I may have to stop. Put my mask on. Okay. Let's try this. So 1 plus 4. I'm sorry, 1/4 and 1/2. Yes. Oh, I've already changed it. See what I'm doing? Changing. We're keeping the denominators the same. 1 plus 1 is 2. Do we do something to that? Yes. 2 is 1, 2 is 4 is 2. Great. Let's try their example. 1, 4 plus 2, 4, 3, 4. 3/4. I'm gonna open this door while you write that down. Great. So now, number 2. That was number 1 on page 10. Starting green. Number 2 says 4, 6 plus 1, 6 equals, bring that denominator. 4 plus 1 is 5. What's your answer? 5, 6. I'm going to keep it simple for now. Number 3. 3 over 9 plus 12. 3 over 9. The denominator is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. We're not multiplying it, right? So then we know we have to do something to this. Can 6 go up to 9 evenly? No, but there's a number that can go into both. That number is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 2 and 3. So you bring that 2 here, bring that 3 here. 2/3 is your answer. Okay. Number 4 says 9 over 10 plus 8 over 10. 10. Oh, that's a pretty large number. 9 plus 8 is what? 17, right? But we have to do something to this improper number because this numerator is higher than the denominator. So we just know that we have to divide it right away. And subtract that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. Hi, peace, how can I help you? Hi. Hi, Rosa. Yeah, can you come? Are you still coming? Yeah, you can come. That's fine. Yes, that's all you need so far. If you get any sort of assistance, you can bring award letters too. It could help with some training sometime. But if not, that's all you need to start. Okay, Russell. Oh, no problem. I'm here. Thank you. Okay, bye. Okay. you should have worked that out. So 17 minus 10 leaves us with 7. And then we have to do something with that 7. But there's nothing left. So that's just our answer. The 1 and 7/10. We just have to leave it at a mixed number, right? So there's that one. Number 5 says 10 over 11, 6 over 11, and 8 over 11. So again, that denominator is 11, but we have 3 numbers to add. 10 plus 6 is 16, plus 8 is what? Can you do that now? 24, you're right. So 24 over 11 means that improper number, we can't leave it like that. So we know that 2 is 22. That gives us, my marker is weird. But okay, 2 and 2 11s is what it leaves us with. That 24, we have to divide the 2. And then 11 times 2 is 22. Subtract 22 from 24 leaves us with 2. And that numerator, that remainder has to be brought to the numerator. So that leaves us with 2 and 2 11ths. That's our final answer. And we only have a couple more. Well, 3 more. Number 6. 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 1/3 equals 3. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. Oh, another improper, which means we divide. Minus 3 is 2. So 1 and 2/3 is the answer. Final answer. All right. Last 2. We're getting a little longer. 4 over 6 plus 1 over 6 plus 4 over 6 plus 5 over 6. Again, the denominator stays at 6. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. Oh my, another mixed number. How? Go figure. 6 divided by 14. We know that 6 times 2 is 12. Uh-oh, leaves us with this again. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 6, 3. 1/3. So the answer is 2 and 1/3. It's a lot to do. And some problems. You really have to pay attention to figure out if these are proper, improper fractions or mixed or whole numbers. And what are you trying to do when you look at the first part of the problem? Before you even start, you need to know, can I leave this as an improper fraction once I've added those numbers, or do I need to change it? Okay, our last one. 4 over 9 plus 1 over 9 plus 6 over 9 plus 7 over 9. 9 is what we're leaving it. 4 plus 4 is 5, plus 6 is 11, plus 7 is 18. And we do know that 9, it goes up to 18 evenly. How about that? So our answer is just 2. That one was pretty easy. So there you have it, the first exercise for Breakthrough to Math A, Level 2, book number 2, and that's exercise 1. Thanks for watching.